So I wrote some notes, and they're good notes. But I didn't bring my glasses, and I always forget my notes, so we're just going to leave them there, and I might come back to them and pretend I can read them. Oh, you know what I love about coming here and being with you? It's that when you walk through these doors, you don't have to edit who you are. There's no editing. There's these smiles, and there's this feeling when I walk in here of being accepted, exactly as I am. And I really want to thank you. I want to thank you for that. And I want to thank you for the opportunity to be with you today. And to thank Reverend Liz for letting me come and share time with you. We came here to be love. We are love. And I've been doing a lot of thinking about that because over the years, on my own journey, as I'm sure on your own journey, I've been told many times that the key to everything is self-love. And then my mind goes home and goes, what does that mean? How do I do that? How do I get from all this pain and frustration and suffering into a place of love? How do I take all of my hurts and how do I change them? And I sit and I stew over it and I stew over it and I think on it and I work on it. But what if I didn't have to change anything? Neither did you. Because love is who we are. And no amount of healing or improving is going to change that. Nothing in this world can change the fact that we are love. It's our essence. It's our truth. It's who we are. I mean, we came in the whole enchilada, right? I'm not this person. I am a presence of love, experiencing the world as this person. Can you feel the difference when I say it that way? Doesn't that make a difference? Yeah. I was born this way. And so were you. And so is everybody outside this room, whether they know it or not, whether they act on it or not, whether they're in the deep forgetting of it or not. I go into the forgetting all the time. So I have compassion because I'm always forgetting and then coming back. And these times that we're in right now, whew, boy, did we ever show up for the fireworks, didn't we? And sometimes it's so overwhelming and it's so daunting. And I have to remember, this is who I am. This is who you are. I am spirit. And my spirit is your spirit, and your spirit is her spirit, and hers. All of us have the same spirit. In fact, we are one. We are all one. But we're experiencing through our own set of experiences, our own personalities. And I don't know about you, but I've got a lot of judgment about my personalities. You know, I was obsessed with this idea that when I've improved, then I'll be worthy of love. When I change, when I become better, then I'll be worthy of love. When I do certain things, then I'll be loved. I placed my truth, which is that I'm light, I'm love, on a condition of experience and how I show up in this world. And I kind of laugh at myself, and I'm not the only one who laughs at me. A lot of beings laugh at me. I've had dogs laugh at me. We laugh together about it a lot. But I was obsessing around perfectionism one day, and I was thinking, am I a perfectionist? Am I a perfectionist? I don't know if I'm a perfectionist. And I was walking my dog, Rufus P. Lovejoy, who knew he was You love that. He loved that too. He knew he was God spelled backwards. And we were walking along, and I was muttering it out loud. I don't know if I'm a perfectionist or not. I mean, am I a perfectionist? I'm not 100% certain. And he stopped and looked at me. And that's when I laughed. I was like, I don't know if I'm a perfectionist because I'm not 100% certain. You get it? Yeah. So I have a new teacher in my life. Rufus has gone into spirit, and he walks with me, just as all of those who have gone before us walk with us. Martin Luther King walks with us. All of our ancestors walk with us. We walk on their shoulders. We stand on their shoulders. But I have a new teacher in my life, and her name is Zia Zoom Zooms. She's not what I thought she was going to be, like most new teachers in your life. She didn't show up in the package I thought she was going to come in. I've always dreamed of having a wolfhound, and I got her from a shelter, sight unseen. She was 4 pounds, tiny. They told me that she was going to be an Airedale, and I'm like, in somebody's dream. But you know, she's my new teacher, and she started off right away teaching me. And the first thing she taught me was through the Battle of the Bells. Anybody here had a puppy from, like, say, 8 weeks old, 12 weeks old? Have you ever had a puppy at that age? Yeah. I woke up 2 days after getting her and going, oh, yes, I remember. Oh, my God. Like this. So I needed to teach her that when she had needs to get busy and go outside. And so I put a bell, this really beautiful long bell, on my patio door, and I dinged it. And she looked at it, and I'd open it, and we'd go outside, and I'd say, get busy, and she was like on it. She knew right away that bell meant she would go outside and her needs would be met. But I also had sectioned her off in a part of my house in the kitchen. And so when I would walk away, she didn't like that. So she'd cry. She'd cry, and I ignored her. And she's like, no, crying's not working. Complaining's not working. And one day, it was about 3 days after she had worked out that the bell was going to get her what she needed, she started whacking that bell. Whacking it. I was in the shower, I could hear it. I'm thinking, good God. And I ran out soaking wet, and she's looking at me going, it worked. Took her outside, I'm in a towel, I'm soaking wet, I'm like, get busy. And she's like, no, 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 no. I rang the bell because of what I want, not because of what I need. I want your attention. I ring the bell. Oh, yeah, she has me. Yeah, it's the battle of the bell now, right? But she really made me think about that idea of need versus want. And when I'm focused on what I want, I'm always in this state of perpetual not having. I want the world to be different. I want my relationships to be different. I want to be different. I'm always thinking about these things. And then I start to realize that what I want is not what matters. The bell for me, for her, it's ringing that bell. And I just have to say, when she needs to go outside for the bathroom, it's a little bell. Ding. When it's what she wants, it's a big wah, 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 wah bell. And I was thinking that bell is kind of like my feelings, right? When I'm getting really triggered about the world, it's ringing like a huge bell. My judgments, my frustrations, my anger, my sadness, it's big. And I've been thinking a lot about what I'm learning through want versus need with Zia Zoom Zooms. What if everything that I want is actually a beautiful orchestration to bring me into healing what I need to see within myself? What if everything in this world is orchestrating itself to bring me into a place of deeper love. What if I'm looking at every relationship I have, not wanting to change it, but to actually see that it is triggering in me what I need to heal, what I am suffering? You follow me? Am I making any sense? Yeah? So over Christmas, I was out on the plaza. I went to see the Christmas lights, and they were gorgeous. And I met somebody for a cup of coffee. It's the first time that I had engaged with them. Lovely person. We spoke for about 10, 15 minutes, and then the conversation shifted into them talking about how unhappy they are with a relationship with their sibling. And I thought, okay, in my mind I was thinking, boy, isn't that like us? Us humans, we like to bond through suffering. We like to complain. That's what brings us closer. And I don't want to do it. I really don't want to do it. It doesn't interest me. I want to meet my suffering. I want to lovingly embrace my suffering. I want to accept my suffering. I want to heal it. I don't want to project it. So I didn't say anything. I decided I didn't want to bond in that pain. But they kept going. They wanted to show me text messages from their sibling. They said their sibling was on the other side of the plaza and they didn't want to see them. And I'm like, well, it's a good thing they're on the other side of the plaza. But they kept telling me about how their sibling had voted, who their sibling believed in, and the judgment that their sibling had, and how hurt they were by that judgment. And as I was listening to them, I could feel my heart just shutting. I could feel myself going, ee. And I chose not to say anything, and I went home, and it really stayed with me. Here we are weeks later. I'm still thinking about it. And you know what I'm thinking most about? Is that while they were talking about their sibling, they were talking about how much judgment their sibling has and how they have been hurt by that judgment. But they themselves were probably unaware of the judgment that they were placing on their sibling. But here's the kicker. It was my judgment that was coming up. I felt like they wanted me to get involved. They wanted me to judge them. And I don't want to judge them. But in the middle of the night, I was thinking about it, going, I got all this judgment in me. And it's got nothing to do with them and their siblings. It's got to do with what's already inside me. It doesn't take a lot to feel that judgment and to be triggered by that judgment. So then I was thinking, maybe instead of wanting to help them bring a message, maybe the gift here was for me to see the judgment in me that needs to be healed. And I've got to tell you, there's a part of me that, I have not liked. And it's a righteous judgment. It is. It's this part of me that's like, well, and I realize one finger is going out and 3 are coming right back at me. And so when I think about love, when I think about the fact that I am love, you're love, we're love, and what does it mean to live from that place? What that means is that my personality, all the foibles, are also part of that spirit. I'm not a human having a spiritual experience. I'm spirit, experiencing everything. And the judgments that I've had, they've come from experiences. So what would it be like, instead of suppressing them or ignoring them or wanting to pray them away, what if I embrace them? What if I accepted them? What if I stood up in front of a whole bunch of strangers and told them, I got a lot of judgment, I'm not proud of. But I'm not going to try and change it. I'm going to accept that that's been in me, and that my loving attention towards it, my embracing of it, and embracing of it means accepting that it's there and that it's been part of my story. But it's not part of my story now. Now, it's not for me to act from the judgment, but it's to recognize that it's there. And to recognize that because of that, I'm learning. Because of that, I'm returning into my heart. Because of that, I'm remembering that I'm love. And love does not exclude. The love that I am, that I truly am, and the love that you truly are, doesn't say, I'm going to love this, but not that. It takes the whole enchilada. It's acceptance. It's acceptance. And acceptance doesn't mean condoning bad behavior. Acceptance simply means an acknowledgement. This is here. And with the power of love that I am, with the power of light that I am accepting that it is here, and I'm bringing it into my light. I'm bringing it in. I've started to realize I'm not here to be a messenger. I am here to be the message that my spirit wants to be. I'm not here to be a person. I am here as a presence, experiencing the person that I am. I'm looking at everything now through a new lens. And this is a lens of realizing that everything is orchestrated to bring me into my heart, and to recognize when my heart is shut, when my heart is hurt, when my heart and my thoughts are suffering, and to embrace them. I am here to embody my spirit. So let me ask you a question about your spirit. How's your spirit doing? Yeah? Good? I want you to think about something, because we don't talk about spirit very often. I mean, we talk about spirit, but we don't talk about spirit. I want you to think about your spirit. Tell me something about your spirit. Tell me about your spirit. My spirit, one thing about my spirit is that it's really silly. My spirit loves to play and delight, which is why I think I have so much fun with puppies and animals and children, because they're in on the joke, you know? So my spirit loves to play. My spirit delights in laughter, in silliness, in not taking myself so darn seriously. That's something about my spirit. How about you guys? Can you tell me something, one quality about your spirit? It's simplistic? Nice. Keep it clean, simple. I love it. Adventurous. We got an adventurous spirit here. I love this. Nice. Courageous. Wonderful. Creative. A natural state. One. Wonderful. Wonderful. Peaceful. Joyful. Curious. Connected. Care. Doesn't it feel good to talk about our spirits? No editing required here in this room. We can talk about our spirits. Our spirits are wanting us, are begging us to listen and to be who we are. We all have the same spirit, but we have unique flavors. And it's your uniqueness that is wanting to be expressed in this world now. Exactly as you are. And that's not an easy thing, because for the longest time, to be who you really are in this world, it wasn't safe. And even now, there's a lot of judgment. People get angry. People are fighting about stuff. They want you to fight. I'll tell you one thing, war is going to stop when we stop fighting. Suffering is going to stop when we begin to accept that we are love, that within us there is a peacefulness. And when we focus on that gratitude and that peacefulness, it's okay if the world isn't the way we want it to be, and it's okay if people aren't the way that we want them to be, and it's okay if we're not exactly as we want to be, because our love, our truth, is not dependent on any of that. And it's living from that place. It's living from that place. That's the clarity when I go into what I want, and I realize what I want in this world is actually bringing me deeper into this place of what do I need to give to myself? What suffering in me, the things that I will not accept, that's what causes suffering. What is it in me that wants to be lovingly embraced, that needs to be lovingly embraced, that needs my gentle compassion and care? So you can think, well, yeah, I get that, but how do we do it? I mean, in this world that is so busy, chaotic, one of the most profound ways is going into our breath. Breathing, taking a moment to breathe. And let me just ask, do we have time if we were to do something for about 10 minutes? Do we have time? You guys want to explore something with me? I don't know what we're going to do yet, but let's do it together. One of the most profound challenges is to accept the things that we cannot change about ourselves that we think, or about the world. And I was listening to a podcast with Michael Singer recently, and he said something that I'm gonna butcher right now, but basically he was saying, it's not the thing in front of you that is upsetting you. You are upset by your own response to it. You are upsetting yourself about the thing in front of you. And I really had to chew on that for a good long time. Because one of the hardest things is the wanting life to be better. Wanting what is outside of us to be better. So how do we accept what we cannot change? I want to invite you to join me in a minute of just going in and feeling into one thing in your life that you wish was different but isn't. It might be a relationship, it might be something going on in the world, but it's one thing that you feel so triggered by, and it's eating you up. I want you to think about it. And perhaps close your eyes, and I want you to go into the feelings of it. This one thing that you wish was different, but it isn't. Wishing that it could be different, but it isn't. Can you feel the pain inside of you? Yeah. Can you feel the anger inside of you? around this thing that you wish wasn't, that you feel powerless to? Can you feel that energy in your body? And just notice where it is in your body. Where are you holding it? Can you feel the sadness? Can you feel the absolute heartbreaking sadness of wishing things different that aren't different? Wishing you could wave a magic wand. Can you feel that sadness in you? I want to invite you to just feel all of those feelings. But let's start with the fear. I want you to feel into that feeling of fear inside of you around the things that you cannot change in this situation. And with your eyes closed, I want to invite you to just go in with your hands and imagine that you're scooping all of that fear out. And you're lifting it all out. And I just want you to open your hands and release it. Let it move through you. Let it go through you. And simply say in your own body, I accept the fear in me. I accept what I cannot change. And I release it. I let it go. I let it move through me. And now I want to invite you to go back in with your hands down. And I want you to connect with the anger. I want you to connect with the red hot fury. Oh my God. The anger. What cannot be changed. How destructive it is. How hurtful it is. How painful it is. I want you to feel that red hot anger inside of you. And this time, I want you to go in and feel your hands and just clench your hands and let all of that anger go into your hands. And let them get really filled with all that anger. And this time, I want you to open your arms, put your arms up, and release. Let the fists go. That's right. I let go of this anger. I let go of what I cannot change. And if you want, you can go back in, because there might be more, and fill your hands up with more of it. Just feel it. I feel the anger. I accept that it's inside of me. And I open my arms up and I let go of that anger. I just let it move through me. And take a deep breath in. Breathe in the light. Breathe in the love. Let that fill you up. Go back in. I know there's more anger. There is for me. Let's go back in and just keep lifting it up and offering that and letting it move through us. I let it go. I let it go. I know who I am in truth, and I let this anger flow through me and out of me. And when you are done and when you feel done with this, and I just saw someone yawn, and I love that because that's part of a release as well. Now I just want to invite you to gently take your arms and put them around yourself. And I want you to tap in and feel into the sadness inside of you. Feel the sadness inside of you. Wishing that things were different. Wishing we were different. Wishing that our past was different. Feeling the sadness of where we are at with this situation that we cannot change. Feel that sadness. And as you have your arms around yourself, I want to invite you to say to yourself, I feel sad. I feel sad, but I'm okay. I feel sad, but I'm okay. Yeah. I feel sad, but with the love that I am, I put my arms around myself and I remember the truth. Letting go of these feelings gives me freedom. It strengthens me. Accepting what is that I don't feel that I can change is a liberation. I let go of my attachment to the feelings. I am not powerless to my feelings. I feel how I feel. I let it go and I return to who I am. I am light. I am love. I am all that I am. And I embrace all that I am feeling and all that I am. For I am love made manifest in this form. And I am healing. I am accepting. And it is that acceptance that is love. That's self-love. Breathe that in. You beautiful, beautiful soul that you are. Breathe it in. I remember. I remember. I return to source in me. I am my I am presence. And everything is conspiring in this world to remind me that I am here, opening my heart, becoming more of all that I am. I am embodying my truth. What a magnificent, amazing, wild adventure this is. Everything is bringing me here. I am strong, stronger than I ever imagined. And this light in me, it just is. Breathe it in. This light that I am, I don't even have to work for it. It just comes in with every breath. I breathe it in and I remember who I am. And as I exhale, it flows. Light goes, light does what light needs to do. I'm here, remembering, and I'm returning to love. And so it is.